So I like give him the squint. I'm like, all right, but what incentive do I have for putting my neck out there?
He sort of looks down to his waist and like pulls out his wallet, sets it down on the table, and starts counting out piles of gold coins. And he sets up 4 stacks of 5, and just sort of gently nudges them an inch in your direction, but far out of your reach. How about a little bit of this as the prepayment, as an investment?
I mean, how much am I looking at?
20.
I'm gonna say, yeah, but I already know that sorry, who runs the town? Who have I been dealing with? What's his title?
The bailiff.
Yeah, but I already know that the bailiff has been cracking down on this. That makes things a bit harder. That's a bit of a risk.
Well, I guess that's why you're getting so much money out of this. Big risk, big reward, right?
Before I answer that, I would like to make a haggle check.
Haggle 'em.
Any modifier?
Uh, I'm gonna say no. You've basically taken him from his position of being against it to for it, so now it is an even roll.
Ooh, success! By one
Hey,
point.
you do it.
Good roll.
You can haggle him up an extra 5 gold crowns.
25 gold crowns. Alright. Alright. Yeah, I think with this much money, I think I could, grease a few palms to not be. Yeah, I think I'll do this. I can do this.
Yeah, if I'm right, the guards don't get paid more than about 100 pennies a week. You throw a crown at them, they'll probably not come back the rest of the month.
Yeah. And if enough of them are on the same rotation, I think I can keep them looking my way for enough time to get enough homeless bums to start fighting and people to start gambling on it.
He sort of leans back in his chair, one arm over the back, and pulls out his mug of ale and pulls it a little closer. And like, I like you, Elf. You got a sharp mind to you. I could use more people like you around. Here's to a good deal. And he'll just go ahead and put out his mug to toast.
Yeah, I guess I'll pick up a random mug that seems to be on the table somewhere and
I'm gonna say that during this time, the man who's been stalking the back has come and brought drinks, and the drinks are quote unquote free.
alright.
So you have had plenty to drink if you wish to drink.
I haven't
So
been.
there's a mug.
Yeah, but I'll clunk his mug.
All right, and he'll take like a nice hearty drink and go, to business.
To business. And I'll put the mug back on the table.
All right.
Without drinking anything.
Okay. So I'm gonna take a short minute break and go refill my tea, and when we come back, we'll see how Conrad and Alexa have been doing.
You're a bad, bad man.
I figured the next time we meet up, I'm gonna be like, hey guys, I've been talking to people in the back. We're probably gonna want to leave town soon.
So I'm gonna set up bum fights. What?
Yeah, no. I think my whole thing is you guys are probably in a lot of danger and we're probably gonna want to leave town
We
soon.
really need to leave now. I just took 25 crowns, right? Is that...
And apparently there's a lot of people after you, Conrad. I don't know why, but there's people after you.
Meaning to tell these good people in front of the eyes of God that you have no intention of starting bum fight? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, if it comes down that we're never going to leave, then sure. I'll start getting bums to fight one another.
Oh, it's funny. It's a comedy of errors. I love it. It's great.
There's no errors here. Everything I've done has clearly been intentional.
I'm just gonna go ahead and rob the crime boss twice.
Hey, at least Alexa is the one I haven't sold out yet.
You're a bad man.
Y'all are humans.
Oh, I love this game so much.
Well, at least Conrad a hat one, so he's got that going for him.
Say what?
Conrad's not a halfling, so he's got that going.
Yeah, but
for
his
him.
is the name that I keep throwing out. I keep claiming to be Victor Sweet myself, but I keep calling you Conrad, your last name, the halfling.
And then there was also that like pawn shop guy who was like, "Yeah, I'll sell this to you at the discount if you do a favor for me." And you're like, "Okay."
Yeah, which I did then claim to be Victor again. And then he gave me the free room at the inn, which is now Conrad's free room. Like I said, Conrad, you're in a lot of danger for some reason. We probably should leave town.
We're gonna have to go hide in the wreckage of where the Chaos Army went through. We're gonna have to go to Auckland, okay?
All right,
Well, I guess more than one way to build a base.
Hey man, I just need a horse.
I'm sure you could steal one at this rate.
I could, but if we're not going to leave town, I'm going to run around town on a stolen horse. So either we're getting out of here and I steal a horse, or I rob from enough crime people as to be able to afford a horse. So that it can then have its head cut off and I can wake up between my legs.
You're a man who can't afford to be made to look ridiculous. That's a line from that movie.
Godfather.
There we go.
Alright, while we're going back to the other guy, people, I'm going to be right back so I can get some food myself.
All right. I'll go ahead and get your food, and so Conrad and Alexa.
Okay.
Conrad, have you just been sitting at your table?
Yes.
Okay, and Alexa, you were about to interject with something. What did you want to do?
I was just chatting up the one dude, and I'll ask him, "Are you like keeping your eye out for something? You seem a little off kilter."
Oh, no, not keeping an eye out for anything. It's just this window here. You know, I gotta watch it for the rats. You know, I got this lantern up here. You know, so that they don't like open up the window or anything. It always swings inwards. You know, always lets in a draft. You know, can't have any of that. Just worried about that. You know, nothing special. And you can notice, of course, that there's a little bit of light coming from behind the curtain. There's definitely a lit lamp behind it. Now that he's mentioned it.
Ah, I see. Shoot, how do I get this guy away from this so I can sneak back in there? Oh, here, let me help you close it, I'll say, reaching for.
Oh no, it's fine. I got it handled. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. I have to go now. No. I'll say, oh, sorry. Let me hit the tables again here. And I'll make my rounds and go back, of course, to Conrad and say, yeah, that harpist dude is like, there's something up with that window. There's like a light behind it or a secret hidey hole. Something weird is going on here.
Interesting.
I wonder if there's something we could do to distract him away so I could see what's behind it.
I could start a fight with him. Just say his music sucks and swing at him.
Well, if you wanna try that, I guess we could, but I don't want you to get stabbed.
I've been stabbed before. It's no big deal.
Okay. Well, I mean, if there was a ruckus that got started, maybe that would scare the peasants away from here. If maybe that here's my thought here. If the original idea for us coming here was to stop the peasants from or the refugees from coming here, maybe we can create a ruckus that the guard will be summoned and then everybody will get arrested. Well, shoot, that's not a good idea.
I'm wondering what I should make you do for a whisper roll.
Well, it's
The drunken man beside you just kind of like raises his eyebrow and then takes another drink.
um.
Oh, in the Empire, do knights have high justice, or is Conrad just as susceptible as being arrested as anybody else?
You don't actually have like any.
Oh yeah,
Trying to
I'm
think
a
like what your
foreigner.
noble standing really is.
I'm only a squire, so I assume you can only be a squire if you have noble blood in this setting.
Depends, I guess. In the Empire, it doesn't really matter so much. In Bretonia, there might be more of that going on. But you're also a foreign
You're also
noble.
a foreigner, so maybe they'll give you the courtesy of a trial before throwing you in the stocks or something.
Right. Well, at least you'll be able to get an advocate from Bretonia, maybe, to argue your case, but that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how bad is the punishment for a simple bar brawl? You know, that's what I'm thinking. As long as it
Knowledge of
doesn't
the
kill
Empire.
anybody. Say that again?
Common knowledge of the Empire check.
Okay.
Which I think most people have as a skill somewhere.
Oh, hey, I might be able to help on that.
Please do.
Alright. So Alexa, you know that for a majority of crimes in the Empire, rather in Middenheim in particular, if you commit a petty crime, you generally get a petty sentence. You get thrown in jail for the night, you get fined maybe a couple pennies or a shilling, depending on like how bad the thing you did was. Or if they just think that you need some time to cool off, they'll put you in the stocks and leave you there overnight and maybe remember you in the morning. Or forget about you until the afternoon.
Right. I mean, it's gonna take. If there's turns into a ballroom blitz here, it might take a fair number of people to get it down, or people just might start running out. I mean, you could intimidate him, maybe.
I could try. I'm not very intimidating.
The drunk next to you will kind of like perk up and go, I'll go punch him for a gold coin. Just 1 crown, I'll do it. I'm ready. Got this.
How about a shilling?
Nah, that's not worth the trouble. Crown, though.
How about 20
That's
silver
my
shillings?
Oh, that's so much money.
Conrad will give him a crown because he doesn't want to get arrested himself.
He goes, yeah! And he will go ahead and stand up, tip his entire mug backwards towards him, spilling half of it down his shirt as he tries to chug it down, and then just start marching on over. And he's gonna approach him, and you can hear the conversation from across the entire bar, and it goes along the lines of, "Can I help you?" To which the drunk replies, "I can help your mother," and then punches him in the face.
Oh man.
Are you two going to interfere in this fight at all?
I'm more just stunned that it took place. She'll kind of skulk around the side to get up the stairs and then kind of lean against the.
Okay. Well, the fight starts heading a little south, almost literally, and starts heading back towards the stairs, to the point where they're fighting on it, after you had climbed up it.
Okay.
And let me go ahead and...
I am gonna pull the curtain back and see what's.
Dynamic lighting layer. Gonna move this. There we go. Behind it is, of course, a lantern that is currently lit. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
It's dark. I can't see anything.
Yeah, it's dark and you can't see anything. It's like you need a lantern to see outside. You can just see, like, the stone street just outside.
It's
When you
outside?
came in on even. You're pretty sure that if you have to leave, you'd probably have to go down that street. So that's where the light is.
Okay. So he's just sitting up here looking out the window with the light.
Indeed. Unlike how he said though, the lantern is not pressed straight up against the glass. It's kind of like sitting casually on the shelf of the window.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna open up the window a little bit or pull it in and turn the and like blow the lantern out.
Okay. So you go ahead and blow the lantern and put back the curtain, I assume?
Which was the signal to attack.
It was, so yeah.
Just manhandle that back in position. Good enough. Okay, so you blow out the light. Nobody any the wiser. And of course, the fight is still going on, and it's managed to get all the way down to the bottom of the table, bottom of the stairs. At which point, the drunk sloppily just kind of like swings his arm in like a 180-degree arc, and it smacks the guy next to him. Now there are 3 people fighting.
Oh God. Okay, so this is gonna quickly proportion.
The bartender has been kind of watching as the 2 of them have been fighting, but as the fighting starts to get out of hand, he's sort of stepping up, and he's bringing in these 2 from the dice table. Excuse me, sir. And it looks like he is trying to break it up at this point.
Okay, it doesn't spread.
Look here, we're trying to have a good establishment here. You've been doing this every other day. I swear. Who put you up to it this time, huh? And the drunk just kind of looks. Your mother put me up to it. With that attitude, I'm just gonna have to throw you out. At which point he is dragged out.
I do like the thought, though. Give me $100, I'll punch that guy.
Yeah, no, it's
It was worth it.
I hope.
I don't know what you guys are doing, so I just came back to give me $100, I'll punch that guy. I have no idea why you guys did it.
Yeah, you got some high stakes gambling going on in the other room. And Alexa, and I guess Conrad too. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Oh, I finally hit it. Yay.
Nice.
Damn it.
Okay. So, you spent a couple minutes just kind of like watching people go back to their chairs, and everyone had gone silent for a moment just to observe what was happening. And as they're about to sort of begin, talking again, the rabble comes up, and nobody's really paying attention to anything else except their game once more. Alexa, outside, you hear sounds not unlike drunken men screaming and hollering. Except the screaming and hollering is of course of a drunk, but it's a drunk calling for help.
Uh-oh.
And Heimdall just kind of looks over at you a little bit, looks over at the curtain, just kind of doesn't say a word as he goes back to his table.
Alexa will just kind of like, okay, I'll go back to serving drinks, I guess. Or go up to the bartender and say, the guy outside's yelling for.
He's just gonna kind of look at you. It's like, let him scream for whatever. He'll learn his lesson.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. I don't know who's out there, but whatever. Maybe he'll come. Maybe he won't have enough coin to come back again. Good riddance.
Alexa will go, okay, I guess in her mind, I think I might have done something wrong. She'll say, I'm going to go check up on.
Okay. You're going out alone?
I'm gonna pass Conrad and say, do you hear that guy scream?
No, but that sounds bad. Let's go see what it is.
Yeah, okay. So I'll go and get my axe from the guy in front and go out into the street and see what.
Let's see. Scroll to the right place. This guy isn't here at the moment.
All right, did Conrad have enough time to pick up his sword on the way through?
Yeah, you can go ahead and stop and get your weapons. He just kind of passes them along, like, here you go. See ya tomorrow, maybe. About this time, by the way, I'm gonna say, Lash, the game is wound down. Emin is looking to maybe wind down for the night, and so he's like, well, game is over. And he'll conduct business with you at a later time.
Alright.
And about the time that you end up walking out, you of course see the rest of the party walking out as well.
Okay.
Do you go with them, or do you hang around the gambling den, or what do you do?
Man, I don't really have any other reason to be here, so I guess, yeah, I'll leave.
Okay, so you will go out and you will join the rest of them. Safety in numbers. Let's see.
Sure, we'll go with that. I feel safer alone, normally.
Let's see. So you hear the sounds of the man crying in the distance, and you need to follow them, and fast. I know Lash brought up the back. I think he's the fastest person, isn't he?
Yep, by far.
Yeah.
All right. So
mean-
you follow the sounds most readily. You follow the shouting into the night, turning around a blind alleyway that you would normally have missed if not for the noise. And as you turn, you see the lid of a sewer grate move back into place with a heavy clunk, and the shouting continues from below, albeit increasingly muffled.
I'll run up to it, why not?
I think we figured out where the peasants are going.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Something horrible's going on here. We have to go get him. Into the sewer.
The sewer grate is, of course, heavy, and there is a -10 penalty to a strength check to try to move it.
Thank God we got the strongest person in the party here.
Yeah.
Alexa.
Did you say it was -10?
Yes. It's like it wasn't meant to be picked up with bare hands. But you don't care about the rules. You pick it up, put your finger straight between the grate, and you just lift it straight over your head in one fluid motion. And then you chuck it to the side like it doesn't matter.
As the stink gets it. Ugh. God.
I'll shower later, come on!
So then the lot of you head down into the sewers.
I appreciate that I yelled that next to an open window.
Alright, so this map should be very dark.
Oh, hold on a
The
second.
ladder goes deep down into the carved stone tunnels of the sewers of Middenheim. By the time you reach the bottom, the light is already fading around you, and darkness is nearly all that you can see without a torch to carry. Even those with elven eyes cannot see far beyond the ladder. The sound of running liquid, the soft chittering of rats, and the distant, strangled cries for help echo around you.
I've got a torch. It will be lit.
Okay, let's see. I'm trying to remember the exact distance a torch lights up again. I just need to scroll to that part. Illumination, a torch goes for 10 squares and goes for 5 squares and then 15. So let me go ahead and modify your light value.
Well, I guess that would mean that I could see normally then.
All players see light.
because I can see extremely well in natural darkness at a distance up to 30 yards, assuming that there is equivalent to starlight to function, which means that his torch, even at the fading distance, would be normal light for me.
Okay. But given the case, we'll wait until there's a scenario, and I'll just try to throw some light for you.
I mean, it doesn't really matter because I gotta focus so close to my character so I don't see what you're trying to reveal.
Right, of course. But of course, the torch does definitely help light up the air, and it even covers up some of the smell. Fortunately, you're in a dry section for now. What do? You can advance on the map at your leisure.
I mean, where's the sound coming from?
Yeah. We'll have to keep following it.
Right now, from up ahead, you see behind you is sort of a drainage hole. And ahead of you, of course, is simply more sewer tunnel. Sound is coming from that direction.
Follow that sound.
Footprints!
Indeed, you don't even have to make a perception check for it because you literally noticed it. You can see clearly the telltale signs of something that was dragged through the flowing dung and footprints beside. They are clearly not human in nature.
Is this a wall or is this an over arch?
Which thing? Oh, yeah, no, that's not a wall. Just like the tiles have to close like that, so every
What about
free
this?
space is gonna be like that. If you can literally see through it, you can see.
I can't tell if I can see through it or not. See?
Okay, like you can barely see the light. I can see.
No, because I am GM'd as well. So I don't know if I can see through it or if that's just an effect of being a GM. So that's what I'm asking.
You can click the dynamic lighting layer, right?
I can. Okay, alright.
The green light should make it more clear.
That's weird. I don't know what that thing. We're gonna have a question after this because I saw something when I was on the dynamic lighting layer. No, I saw
Those
something.
are my light sources.
Oh, okay. I just didn't know what I was like. What was that?
Alright, that is in fact the light coming down from another sewer grate.
Which makes my vision just perfect again.
Which makes this area actually quite well lit of all things. At this point, go ahead and give me a perception check. Hearing.
Wow.
You know, I have a 50-50 chance all the time. Never works.
It's just your luck, I swear, it honestly is. You'll get the best chance to do anything, you just won't. I'm sorry, man. But Alexa, you definitely hear the sound of metal of all things. Like metal scratching on metal from up ahead.
I hear metal scratching on metal. This doesn't sound good. We have to save him.
Okay. I'll run through this shit storm. That pit there is clearly visible, right?
Yes, it is a clearly visible pit.
Okay. Which direction was the sound coming from?
It's coming from south relative to things right now.
Okay, go south.
I guess I'd be here, not there, because that would be.
As you step around that corner before your light comes with you, you hear as you turn the corner, you catch a sharp, acrid smell different from the sewage you've been among. Its source becomes clear as it begins to move. A rat as large of a man, 2 swords in hand, sharp teeth bared as he lunges forward to attack. Die. And he will get a single swing off before we roll initiative.
It's funny. You use the word acrid, right? I don't think me, the dung collector, has a real varied perception of what smells are.
But you've been among it, so you can tell the difference between one set and another. You have experience.
Would it be fair to say that I have a shield equipped since we ran into danger?
Sure.
Alright, so...
One way or another, though, his sword just clangs against the side of the wall. And now we'll roll initiative. Let's see. How do I do initiative on these sheets? It's been a while.
I don't know if the NPC sheet is different from the regular one.
Oh, wow. This guy got like a 44.
That's right, I had a negative 10 on my agility, and I still got in the 40s, so I felt bad. Especially seeing what Conrad got.
How do I get to go to the tracker?
Have to have your token selected. Same for
Yeah.
every Roll20 thing.
Oh, I rolled for the mud there. That's funny. Thought the mud was the highest token.
Is
Let
that
me
thing in the lower left? Is that mud?
The rubble there?
Is that rubble? It looks
Yeah,
more like
that's
liquid
like a bunch
than
of
rubble.
rubble and trash and junk.
Okay.
Refuse that has been swept up at some point. Oh right, gotta reopen the sheet, gotta pull that over. Select the right token this time instead of the mud. And then roll for its initiative instead of the mud. There we go. And now we sort to descending, and it looks like the rats are in fact faster than you are. So the first rat looks like it is the one that I just rolled, actually, isn't it? No, it's the one that is not actually involved yet. Movement check. How many times can you move it around? Or how much movement?
It should be under combat ability.
I mean, like, can I move twice? And just take
It's
the
a half
regular
action.
movement?
Move is a half action.
Okay, so I could do 2 half actions and just start moving up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Something happens in the background, and you can hear chittering behind you. The one directly adjacent to Lash. Conrad, you are not adjacent because there is a wall and a corner.
Okay.
So it is going to go ahead and take a regular swing at Lash and see if that works this time. Because it didn't work the first time.
I'm gonna try and parry. I think is the word I'm looking for here.
Go for it. You got your shield.
I roll.
And you knew there was danger, so everything's good.
Parry is a what roll though? I'm sorry. I have the thing open.
Weapon skill check.
Is it weapon skill check? Okay.
Yeah.
I have a the GM
It's like
sheet.
pairing with the weapon, it's just that the weapon is a shield.
Right. Wait, so do I roll weapon skill or do I roll the shield? Parry. No, there we go. Never mind. Sorry. I don't mean to be taking up time here.
It's cool. We're all basically
Got
newbies
nowhere.
at this.
All right, left
You
leg.
got nowhere. He hit your left leg, and now we get to roll damage.
Let's see. I have an armor value on my left leg of 4.
All right. He gets a meaty hit off of you with 10 there.
Yeah, that's bad.
Ow.
6
Might not have
wounds.
much of a leg left after this.
Well, 6 wounds in out of a total of 11. So another 5er and I'm down. I'm down. I'll be taking hits. Bad hits. You'll see what my next character looks like.
Okay.
After leaving you all in a bad bind with all these name drops that I've been giving.
Yeah, it's like Lash will die, but then, all the criminals in the city will be after the party.
And they'll never know who Lash was. He died in the
And
sewer.
I don't know if there's another productive half action he could take or will take, so he's just going to not do anything with the other half. Which leaves the other rat across the room, and he's going to scurry in. And he's going to move up to Alexa, stepping straight into the pile of shit.
Oh noes.
Alexa, how do you feel about this?
Well, he misses.
Alright, you managed to just, swing up whatever's in your hand just in time to just sort of pop it out of the way.
Okay. Yeah, I've got my axe out, so.
Okay. Which then goes to Lash.
Alright. I am going to switch out from the shield to my bow.
Mhm.
And then as a half action, I am going to move.
I think you need to take disengage, otherwise he gets to swing at you, but I think that's
What's
still just
the,
a half action.
is it?
Reasonably certain.
Yep, disengage. Nope, disengage is a full action.
Okay.
Yeah, then I'll just do a full action move instead of switching out.
A good idea.
Which is 6. I haven't yet looked over here. Oh, it's a wall. Just run to a wall. Awesome. Okay, that'll work. Like I said, I'm real zoomed in to not.
Straight into a dead end.
I'm real zoomed in to not get any information I shouldn't have. So.
Oh, that's fine. It is at least well lit, so at least now you know. And if it helps you personally, there aren't any more surprises for you to see, so you can zoom out some. Alexa, it's your turn.
I am going to all-out attack this rat fuck in front of me.
Ah, just try it, man thing.
So I think that gives me a +10, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember.
Let's take a look in a book. You said it was an all-out attack? The answer is +20. However, until next turn, you cannot parry or dodge.
Well, I don't know how to do any of those either, so.
I think you can just choose to parry, can't you?
You have to take a stance. Only if you don't have the.
Right, you need like either a second weapon or a stance.
Okay. Well, I don't have
Which,
either of those.
incidentally, the rats have 2 weapons in their hand.
I am a stupid peasant girl. Attack! Beat that, you rat fuck.
Alright, it will attempt to parry.
Also, you need to roll with your weapon, not the weapon skill.
Oh.
Because that'll roll your, where you hit and the damage and everything.
Right, I guess we could just look at the book real quick to see the location real quick if we want. But, go ahead and roll damage. It wasn't a critical anyway, I think, so. I'm not sure how that works anymore. Oh, right, that's when you roll a 10 on the damage.
Okay.
No.
So now
That's Fury. Ah. Still, go ahead and roll damage.
When you deal them more wounds than they have, that's when a crit is.
Alright, so that is 8. Now I have to look at his toughness and his armor. What location is 60? That actually matters, I realize.
60 is body.
Body? Okay, so it will in fact hit the, smattering of leather covering his chest, and that'll absorb a little bit more. So he takes an amount and is at a number. There we go. Alright, so you strike straight into his chest, and his confidence very immediately wanes. Now it's Conrad.
All right, the corner's still in the way, right?
Yes, so you will have to step up at least a small bit.
All right, go there, and I can't do a swift action, so I will just strike him with the sword.
Strike away.
Ah, you rat bastard.
Arming sword misses. Unfortunate. Oh, it does come up to their turn again. Assuming that's everything Conrad can do.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey, look at this. There's another rat over here. And he has a shield and a sling. And he is going to fire at Alexa.
It's minus 20, by the way.
Minus 20?
Shooting into melee. Melee.
Ah, you are right then. Well, let's go ahead and see how it goes anyway.
Shooting is my thing.
He doesn't care. He doesn't care about his friends.
Yikes.
Just give the dogs a second here.
Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm a dog.
Alright, cool. Well, he fires his sling to predictable results. He doesn't care about his friend, but he hits the corner of the wall anyway before it even manages to get within an inch of you. Goes up to the one engaging with Conrad. And he's gonna go, man bastard! And he will go ahead and all-out attack with both of his weapons and just swing wildly. And he'll take that plus 20.
Yikes. A plus 20?
That's what you get for all out, but he can't parry.
He can't parry, but I can.
Yes, you can. You have
Well,
a shield, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so. So go ahead and give it a go. You try to hold up your shield, but when you think he's going high, he goes low again, and he goes for that right leg. So let's see how much damage he does.
Oh, God.
He got in a meaty hit there.
Yeah, I know, right? It's a dirty sword.
Okay, so my leather has AP 1.
And your toughness.
If you go to your armor page, it should have a whole chart of what your total
Oh, I
is.
see that. Yeah, with the body drawing on it. Okay. So I subtract 4 from that. So
So it's an 8-point hit. Jeez.
yes.
But I think you're like one of the higher toughness people, so you can take one more hit before you start getting Conrad the one-legged.
Alright, so he's done what he can, and he likes his all-out attack. I think that's a full round action, isn't it?
Yep.
I'm just staring at. Yes, sure is. His friend is not quite as confident after getting an axe to the chest, but he will go ahead and try to swing once again at Alexa and see if it works.
Okay.
And this time it looks like it will.
They're all hitting our legs. God.
You know, they're a little short, they're going low, they're actually trying to hit your crotch, but it's not working. So they hit the legs instead.
Well, the lower you roll, when you reverse it, becomes leg on the other side. So 81 to 100 is basically going to, or I'm sorry, 8 to 10 are legs. Whatever, I'm
Sure.
not saying it right.
Either way, I take 3 points of damage. Not as bad, but still. Ow!
Yeah, you're a tough girl. You haven't taken massive injuries like everyone else.
No. This rat bastard.
Well, the rat is taking his time with this and chittering. And that leaves Lash, who's now behind him.
Well, now I'm going to ready my my bow. And then I'm going to take the reload action to load it. That's my whole turn.
Okay. Goes to Alexa.
I'm effective.
All out attack!
Murder him. You hit him straight in the chest again. For 7. And that's going to come down to... There you go. You are ripping a sizable hole in the center of his chest, and not only blood, you can see some viscera is starting to pour out as his left hand just sort of reaches over with his sword and he tries to hold it over his chest. And he has the fear of death in his eyes. Conrad.
Alright, this cannot be. I will swift attack this guy and show him, what the lady does to these rats.
Alright.
First attack.
Oh, nice.
Ooh. With 13. Let's see, subtract the number off of that. That actually kills him outright. And I think he all-out attacked last time, didn't he? Yeah, that was the one who all-out attacked, so he can't even parry this. Your sword goes straight to his leg, and you can feel it hit the bone, and blood spurts out of a major artery.
How much damage
And
was left over?
And the blood in his face drains fast, and he goes pale, and before an instant is gone, he's already on the ground.
How much damage was left over?
0.
Well, it's not a hit point game. That's what I'm trying to indicate here.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're
Yeah,
right.
that's
So,
the critical hits.
Yeah,
Is
because the results of
exactly-
those tables are like the most interesting part of combat.
I'm sorry, I've completely forgot about this after not doing combat for a little bit.
That's what I was worried about when you said that she hit him in the stomach and he started bleeding out. I was like, wait a second, that's not. That doesn't sound right.
Alright, he's gone from vastly overconfident to fear of death. So, well, let's see how that goes.
Well, I got one more attack, so let's see if I
Like
can
you do.
critical
Let's go ahead
his
and do
last
Put him
one.
down.
You might be able to do that.
But I miss.
Ah, you miss. Which leaves us with our Slingy Boy in the back. Slingy Boy is going to try slinging at Alexa. And again, he still doesn't care that his friend is over there. So he's just flinging rocks and going, and he just laughs. He has to spend his turn reloading, so that's his other half action. Which leaves us to the clan rat that Conrad almost laid low. How far can he get in a single disengage? This attacks me. Move away. Difficult terrain. Rubble. Disengage doesn't seem to indicate how far one necessarily moves.
It's a
with
normal
disengage
move.
Action. Okay. So, given the fact that the color is draining from his face fast, he is going to opt to disengage. And he can take... He can start moving straight down the corridor, attempting to flee. And you can see a bridge up ahead, which he might have to cross.
Okay.
That is a full action to disengage, so that you don't hit him on his way out. And this rat, likewise, does not like the way this fight is going either, so he is also choosing to disengage. Which leads to Lash.
Alright, I move 6. 1, 2, 3. I guess here is fine. And then I'm going to shoot at, I guess this one looks bad. Worse, rather.
They both look very bad.
But I'm shooting at that one. So let me go to my weapons. Short bow, I have 30 arrows, so mark that down to 29.
Oh, yeah.
And fire. I mean, I have better than 50% chance to hit, so why would I miss, right?
I know, right?
That's my turn.
One of them, like, looks behind and goes, elf thing with bow. Death upon us. Alexa.
Okay. I'm trying to see if a charging attack, if that's a full round action.
Let's find out. Full action,
Yeah,
yes it
let's-
is.
So let's see what the rules.
Must be at least 4 yards away, and within the character's charge movement.
Yeah, last 2 squares must be in a straight line. And attack with a plus 20. Oh, sorry,
Yeah,
plus
charge
10.
movement
Let's
is-
go.
Oh, I have 8 squares for charge. So yeah, I can charge attack him.
Okay, and you'll get a plus 10 weapon bonus to that too. Which one are you charging? Alright, you're charging the chuckling one. He's going... Swing your axe. That's
I would
what's
like
plus
to
10,
force-
isn't it?
Yeah, I would like to fortune point that.
Go ahead. He didn't spend it all gambling.
Nope. But that'll hit his arm. Haha!
It sure will. Let's see how much armor he has on this. It'll hit like more scraps of leather as well. But you do cut deep. And you can see the blood pouring out of the wound as he screeches and realizes, wait, I could have raised my shield for this. But it's too late. Conrad,
All right.
everyone is fleeing. Do you strike
I'm-
your opponents in the back?
Yes. These are Skaven, the legendary mythical.
Do you even
Things
know
are
about
real.
them?
Would they be in under Bretonia as well?
You can go ahead and make a check for Bretonian common knowledge if you want.
Otherwise, they're just horrid chaos filth.
They could be beastmen. Yes, you're right. Never mind.
I mean, they're rumored by rat catchers as well.
Bretonia, you know, is oddly close to what people have called the home city of those vile rats. Deep within the mountains. And sometime in the distant history of Bretonia, they had come out and attempted something or other. You're not quite sure. You're not a historian. You just hear the rumors. But Bretonia
Yes.
is on its guard versus rats.
Well, these are definitely honorless creatures who deserve no quarter. So, let's go.
Charging as well?
Yes.
Alright, go ahead and take your bonus. Alright, let's see if he can parry this at all.
Sorry about rolling the damage too early.
It's okay. He tries to raise his sword in front of yours, but you are a bigger, stronger, and heavier individual, and your arm just goes straight through. And you do 10 damage, which means we're looking at critical stuff here. And we get to see what happens. You are over by 6.
Yay!
So roll me that critical with a +6 to his left arm.
Oh,
Killed in
wow.
whatever specular and gore-drenched fashion the player or GM cares to describe. Would you like to describe, Art?
Yes. I would say that this was more than a literal disarm. Not only chopping through the shoulder bone but also into the ribs and bisecting a lung, which
Oof.
yes, we can hear the whistle of his last breath coming through the wound, and then he collapses.
And he collapses straight into the sewage.
Well said, by the way. Nice. Ooh.
And he is this guy, and now he's out. Alright. Goes from Conrad to a living rat. The one Alexa's facing. Oh no! He is going to drop his sling, pull out a sword, and attempt to chop you back.
Okay. Since I charged, I can still. Oh no, it was a full round action.
Not funny, good joke. Bad man thing. He says as he just wildly swings his blade in front of him, hoping he'll hit you. Clanrad. This one is not engaged with anyone, and wouldn't you know it, he doesn't care what happens to anyone else. So he is going to run and turn the corner. Lash.
Assuming a run is a full action.
Yes, I think so.
Run, yeah, full. 3 times. Oh. Okay. I'm gonna run after him. I got a run of 18.
Okie doke, go for it.
That's 10 so far.
Alright, you get around the corner, and you can see another ladder heading up, which he appears to be trying to scramble to.
Here's the thing, though. I still have, that was 12, so 6 more. I'm gonna climb up the ladder ahead of him.
He like watches as an elf comes screaming around the corner with a bow, which of course everyone knows an elf with a bow is deadly, and he's holding up his weapons, trying to guard his face and his bleeding chest, and then he watches you just run past him straight up the ladder and goes, "Oh, what?
It's a full round action, man. I can't stop to kill you right now.
What? Why?"
But I
And that's
assume
about all that he gets out before we go to Alexa's turn.
Okay. I have to put this thing down. So full attack.
Do it.
I miss.
Ah.
I have one fortune point left.
The rat, of course, is returning to his chuckling and goes, "Okay, that funny joke. Funny good. So go ahead and re-roll if you want. Prove him wrong."
Yeah, I might as well.
There you go. You prove him wrong. And while he's busy chuckling, you go for the leg and try to dish out 9. How much armor do they have on their legs? There are no leather scraps on his legs. So that'll end up doing 6 and bring him down to a critical value of 3. Go ahead and roll a crit.
which might be
Let's
a
see what
survivable
happens.
range.
Where do you roll a crit?
Bottom left
bottom.
hand side of your where your weapons are listed.
Mhm.
It says critical. Also remember it's a right leg hit.
Knocked to the ground and dazed. All character tests and attack actions suffer 30% penalty for 1 round, and he must use the stand action to regain his feet. Is standing a half action or a full?
It is a half.
Okay, cool.
Standing
Well,
and
that definitely
nothing.
means he can't escape after that. But will still end up dazed.
Survivor.
Go ahead and give him a token. Ah! Bad joke! Bad, not good. Dumb. I need like a thesaurus for rats here. Conrad! Oh, you're alone in a hallway with the only torch. And a dead
Yes.
rat.
Well, Lash can see more or less, so and I don't know where Alexa went. So let's get up into the hallway there and see if I can charge.
Okie doke.
And there's I see Alexa's name tag here, but I don't see the token.
Right, that's because it's behind the wall.
You can probably hear me fighting.
This is where the corner is, so
Oh, okay.
that's
So
the
I can
corner you
only
came around.
move 4, so I'm gonna get to there. And can you move again as another action or not?
I think so.
Yes.
I think you're allowed to do 2 moves, so.
Yep, moving to half action.
Actually, I'm gonna go back to where I was so I can actually do a charge attack next round because you have to move a minimum of 4, right?
Yep.
So I'll stay where I am and do another charge attack
Okay.
when my next move comes through.